Yes, friends, let us begin our meditation journey. By crossing our hands, crossing our legs, by gently closing our eyes. Becoming aware of our breath, our natural breath. Just witness your inflow of breath and outflow of breath. You're taking in energy, taking out energy. So you are taking in and giving back. The soft breath, friends. The breath that you've been taking since you came out of your mother's womb. Just flow with that breath. Acknowledge that breath. Just for 15 minutes. This time is just for you and your breath to travel deep inside yourself and to know yourself by emptying your mind. A normal breath, friends. Last 1 minute, friends. Let us be grateful for all the masters who are present here, who are sharing their wisdom and knowledge to each one of us so that we can evolve. Just be grateful, friends. Last 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Now slowly place your both hands over your eyes for a few seconds. And whenever you're ready, you may remove your hands and open your eyes. Welcome back, friends. I hope you all had a peaceful meditation. So before we go into the experience sharing part, I would like to read our topic for today. And this is given by two wonderful, great masters. I know many of you all have read this wonderful book called The Autobiography of a Yogi. This is from that book, and it is written by Paramahansa Yogananda with his guru, Yukteshwar Giri. So just close your eyes and let us travel to that astral universe, friends, and let us understand what is there in this universe. What is it that these masters are going to convey us? Yep. Just be there, and I'm going to read it. As prophets are sent on earth to help men work out their physical karma, so I have been directed by God to serve on an astral planet as a savior. It is called Hiranyaloka, or illumined astral planet. There I am aiding advanced beings to rid themselves of astral karma and thus attain liberation from astral rebirths. The dwellers on Hiranyaloka are highly developed spiritually. All of them had acquired in their last earth incarnation the meditation given power of consciously leaving their physical bodies at death. No one can enter Hiranyaloka unless he has passed on earth beyond the state of Sabikalpa Samadhi into the higher state of Nirvikalpa Samadhi. The Hiranyaloka inhabitants have already passed through the ordinary astral spheres, where nearly all beings from earth must go at death. There, they worked out many seeds of their past actions in the astral worlds. None but advanced beings can perform such redemptive work effectually in the astral worlds. Then, in order to free their souls more fully from the cocoon of karmic traces lodged in their astral bodies, these higher beings were drawn by cosmic law to be reborn with new astral bodies on Hiranyaloka, the astral sun or heaven, where I have resurrected to help them. There are also highly advanced beings on Hiranyaloka who have come from the superior, subtler causal world. God encased the human soul successively in three bodies: the idea or causal body, the subtle astral body, seat of the man's mental and emotional natures, and the gross physical body. On earth, a man is equipped with his physical senses. An astral being works with his consciousness and feelings and a body made of life-trons. A causal bodied being remains in the blissful realm of ideas. My work is with those astral beings who are preparing to enter the causal world. There are many astral planets teeming with astral beings. The inhabitants use astral planes or masses of light to travel from one planet to another faster than electricity and radioactive energies. The astral universe, made of various subtle vibrations of light and color, is hundreds of times larger than the material cosmos. The entire physical creation hangs like a little solid basket under the huge luminous balloon of the astral sphere. Just as many physical suns and stars roam in space, so there are also countless astral solar and stellar systems. Their planets have astral suns and moons, more beautiful than the physical ones. The astral luminaries resemble the aurora borealis, the sunny astral aurora being more dazzling than the mild rayed moon aurora. The astral day and night are longer than those of Earth. The astral world is infinitely beautiful, clean, pure, and orderly, and no dead planets or barren lands. The terrestrial blemishes, weeds, bacteria, insects, snakes are absent. Unlike the variable climates and seasons of the Earth, the astral planets maintain the even temperatures of an eternal spring, with occasional luminous white snow and rain of many colored lights. Astral planets abound in opal lakes and bright seas and rainbow rivers. The ordinary astral universe, not the subtler astral heaven of Hiranyaloka, is peopled with millions of astral beings who have come more or less recently from the earth, and also with myriads of fairies, mermaids, fishes, animals, goblins, gnomes, demigods, and spirits, all residing on different astral planets in accordance with karmic qualifications. Various spheric mansions or vibratory regions are provided for good and evil spirits. Good ones can travel freely, but the evil spirits are confined to limited zones. In the same way that human beings live on the surface of the earth, worms inside the soil, fish in the water, and birds in the air, so astral beings of different grades are assigned to suitable vibratory quarters. Among the fallen dark angels expelled from other worlds, friction and what take place with lifetronic bombs or mental mantric vibratory rays. These beings dwell in the gloom drenched regions of the lower astral cosmos, working out their evil karma. In the vast realms above the dark astral prison, all is shining and beautiful. The astral cosmos is more naturally attuned than the earth to the divine will and the plan of perfection. Every astral object is manifested primarily by the will of God and partially by the will call of astral beings. They possess the power of modifying or enhancing the grace and form of anything already created by the Lord. He has given his astral children the freedom and privilege of changing and improving at will the astral cosmos. On Earth, a solid must be transformed into liquid or another form through natural or chemical processes. But astral solids are changed into astral liquids, gases, or energy solely and instantly by the will of inhabitants. The earth is dark with warfare and murder in the sea, land, and air. But the astral realms know a happy harmony and equality. Astral beings dematerialize or materialize their forms at will. Flowers or fish or animals can metamorphose themselves for a time into astral men. All astral beings are free to assume any form and can easily commune together. No fixed, definite natural law hems them round. Any astral tree for example, can be successfully asked to produce an astral mango or other desired fruit, flower, or indeed any other object. Certain karmic restrictions are present, but there are no distinctions in the astral world about desirability of various forms. Everything is vibrant with God's creative light. No one is born of woman. Offsprings are materialized by astral beings through the help of their cosmic will into specially patterned, astrally condensed forms. The recently physically disembodied being arrives in an astral family through invitation, drawn by similar mental and spiritual tendencies. The astral body is not subject to cold or heat or other natural conditions. The anatomy includes an astral brain or the thousand petaled lotus of light and six awakened centers in the Shushumna or astral cerebrospinal axis. The heart draws cosmic energy as well as light from the astral brain and pumps it to the astral nerves and body cells or lifetrons. Astral beings can affect their bodies by lifetronic force or by mantric vibrations. The astral body is an exact counterpart of the last physical form. Astral beings retain the same appearance which they possessed in youth in their previous earthly sojourn. Occasionally, an astral being chooses, like myself, to retain his old age appearance. Unlike the spatial, three dimensional physical world cognized only by the five senses, the astral spheres are visible to all inclusive sixth sense intuition. By sheer intuitional feeling, all astral beings see, hear, smell, taste, and touch. They possess three eyes, two of which are partly closed. The third and the chief astral eye, vertically placed on the forehead, is open. Astral beings have all the outer sensory organs. Man's physical body is exposed to countless dangers and easily hurt or maimed. The ethereal astral body may occasionally be cut or abused, but is healed at once by mere willing. Beauty in the astral world is known to be a spiritual quality and not an outward conformation. Astral beings therefore attach little importance to facial features. They have the privilege, however, of costuming themselves at will with new, colorful, astrally materialized bodies, just as worldly men do don new array of for gala events. So astral beings find occasions to bedeck themselves in specially designed forms. Joyous astral festivities on the higher astral planets like Hiranyaloka takes place when a being is liberated from the astral world through the spiritual advancement and is therefore ready to enter the heaven of the causal world. On such occasions, the invisible Heavenly Father and the three saints who are merged in Him materialize themselves into bodies of their own choice and join the astral celebration. In order to please His beloved devotee, the Lord takes any desired form in the devotee worship through devotion. He sees God as a divine mother. To Jesus, the Father, aspect of the infinite one was appealing beyond other conceptions. The individuality with which the Creator has endowed each of His creation makes every conceivable and inconceivable demand on the Lord's facility. The intuition of astral beings pierces through the veil and observes human activities on earth, but man cannot view the astral world until his sixth sense is somewhat developed. Thousands of earth dwellers have momentarily glimpsed an astral being or an astral world. The advanced beings on Hiranyaloka remain mostly awake in ecstasy during the long astral day and night, helping to work out intricate problems of cosmic government and the redemption of prodigal sons, earthbound souls. When the Hiranyaloka begins sleep, they have occasional dream-like astral visions. Their minds are usually engrossed in the conscious state of highest nirvikalpa bliss. Inhabitants in all parts of the astral worlds are still subject to mental agonies. The sensitive minds of the higher beings on astral planets like Hiranyaloka feel keen pain if any mistake is made in conduct or perception of truth. These advanced beings endeavor to attune their every act and thought with the perfection of spiritual law. Communication among the astral inhabitants is held entirely by astral telepathy and television. There is none of the confusion and misunderstanding of the written and spoken word which earth dwellers must endure. Just as persons on the cinema screen appear to move and act through a series of light pictures and do not actually breathe, so the astral beings walk and work as intelligently guided and coordinated images of light without the necessity of drawing power from oxygen. Man depends upon solids, liquids, gases, and energy for sustenance. Astral beings sustain themselves principally by cosmic light. Superconscious perceptions of truth are permanently real and changeless, while fleeting sense experiences and impressions are never more than temporarily or relatively true, and soon lose in memory all their vividness. Luminous ray like vegetable abound in the astral soils. The astral beings consume vegetables and drink a nectar flowing from glorious fountains of light and from astral brooks and rivers. Just as invisible images of persons on the earth can be dug out of the ether and made visible by television apparatus, later being dismissed again into space, so the God created unseen astral blueprints of vegetables and plants floating in the ether are precipitated on an astral planet by the will of its inhabitants. In the same way, from the wildest fancy of these beings, whole gardens of fragrant flowers are materialized, returning later to the etheric invisibility. Although dwellers on the heavenly planets like Hiranyaloka are almost freed from any necessity of eating, still higher is the unconditioned existence of almost completely liberated souls in the causal world, who eat nothing save the manna of bliss. The earth liberated astral being meets a multitude of relatives, fathers, mothers, wives, husbands, and friends acquired during different incarnations on earth. As they appear from time to time in various parts of the astral realms, he is therefore at a loss to understand whom to love especially. He learns in this way. This is a beautiful point, friends. He learns in this way to give a divine and equal love to all as children and individualized expressions of God. Though the outward appearance of loved ones may have changed more or less according to the development of new qualities in the latest life of any particular soul, the astral being employs his unerring intuition to recognize all those once dear to him in other planes of existence and to welcome them to their new astral home, because every atom in creation is inextinguishably endowed with individuality. An astral friend will be recognized no matter what costume he may don. Even as on earth, an actor's identity is discoverable by close observation despite any disguise. The span of life in the astral world is much longer than on earth. A normal advanced astral being's average life period is from 500 to 1000 years, measured in accordance with earthly standards of time. As certain redwood trees outlive most trees by millennia, or as some yogis live several hundreds years, though most men die before the age of 60, so some astral beings live much longer than the usual span of astral existence. Visitors to the astral world dwell there for a longer or shorter period in accordance with the weight of their physical karma, which draws them back to earth within a specified time. The astral beings does not have to contend painfully with death at the time of shedding his luminous body. Many of these beings nevertheless feel slightly nervous at the thought of dropping their astral form from the subtler causal one. The astral world is free from unwilling death, disease, and old age. These three dreads are the curse of earth, where man has allowed his consciousness to identify itself almost wholly The frail physical body requiring constant aid from air, food, and sleep in order to exist at all. Physical death is attained by the disappearance of breath and the disintegration of fleshly cells. Astral death consists of the disbursement of life trons, those manifest units of energy which constitute of the life of astral beings. At physical death, a being loses his consciousness of flesh and becomes aware of his subtle body in the astral world. Experiencing astral death in due time, a being thus passes from the consciousness of astral birth and death to that of a physical birth and death. These recurrent cycles of astral and physical encasement are the ineluctable destiny of all enlightened beings. Scriptural definitions of heaven and hell sometimes stir man's deeper than subconscious memories of his long series of experiences in the blithesome, astral, and disappointing terrestrial worlds. Man, as an individualized soul, is essentially causal bodied. The body is a matrix of the 35 ideas required by God as a basic or causal thought forces from which he later formed the subtle astral body of 19 elements and the gross physical body of 16 elements. The 19 elements of the astral body are mental, emotional, and lifetronic. The 19 components are intelligence, ego, feeling, mind. Now, five instruments of knowledge, the subtle counterparts of the senses of sight, hearing, smell, taste, touch. Five instruments of action, the mental correspondence for the executive abilities to procreate, excrete, talk, walk, and exercise, manual skill. And five instruments of life force, these empowered to perform the crystallizing, assimilating, eliminating, metabolizing, and circulating functions of the body. This subtle astral encasement of 19 elements survives the death of the physical body, which is made of 16 gross metallic and non metallic elements. In 35 thought categories of the causal body, God elaborated all the complexities of man's 19 astral and 16 physical counterparts by condensation of vibratory forces, first subtle, then gross. He produced man's astral body and finally his physical form. According to the law of relativity, by which the prime simplicity has become the bewildering manifold, the causal cosmos and the causal body are different from the astral cosmos and the astral body. The physical cosmos and the physical body are likewise characteristically at variance with the other forms of creation. Physical desires are rooted in egotism and sense pleasures. The compulsion or temptation of sensory experience is more powerful than the desire force connected with astral attachments or causal perceptions. Astral desires center around enjoyment in terms of vibration. Astral beings enjoy the ethereal music of the spheres and are entranced by the sight of all creation as exhaustless expressions of changing light. The astral beings also smell, taste, and touch light. Astral desires are thus connected with an astral being's power to precipitate all objects and experiences as forms of light or as condensed thoughts or dreams. Causal desires are fulfilled by perceptions only. The nearly free beings who are encased only in the causal body see the whole universe as realization of the dream ideas of God. They can materialize anything and everything by sheer thought. Causal beings therefore consider the enjoyment of physical sensations or astral delights as gross and suffocating to the soul's fine sensibilities. Causal beings work out their desires by materializing them instantly. Those who find themselves covered only by the delicate wheel of the causal body can bring universes into manifestation, even as a creator, because all creation is made of the cosmic dream texture. The soul, thinly clothed in the causal, has vast realizations of power. A soul, being invisible by nature, can be distinguished only by the presence of its body or bodies. The mere presence of a body signifies that its existence is made possible by unfulfilled desires. So long as the soul of man is encased in one, two, or three body containers, sealed tightly with the corks of ignorance and desires, he cannot merge with the sea of spirit. When the gross physical receptacle is destroyed by the hammer of death, the other two coverings, astral and causal, still remain to prevent the soul from consciously joining the omnipresent life. When desirelessness is attained through wisdom, its power disintegrates the two remaining vessels. The tiny human soul emerges, free at last. It is one with the measureless amplitude. The causal world is indescribably subtle. In order to understand it, one would have to possess such tremendous powers of concentration that he could close his eyes and visualize the astral cosmos and the physical cosmos in all their vastness. The luminous balloon with the solid basket as existing in ideas only. If by this superhuman concentration one succeeded in converting or resolving the two cosmoses with all their complexities into sheer ideas, he would then reach the causal world and stand on the borderline of fusion between mind and matter. There one perceives all created things, solids, liquids, gases, electricity, energy, all beings, gods, men, animals, plants, bacteria, as forms of consciousness. Just as a man can close his eyes and realize that he exists, even though his body is invisible to his physical eyes and is present only as an idea. Whatever a human being can do in fancy, a causal being can do in reality. The most colossal imaginative human intelligence is able, in mind only, to range from one extreme thought to another, to skip mentally from planet to planet, or tumble endlessly down a pit of eternity, or soar rocket like into the galaxied canopy, or scintillate like a searchlight over Milky Ways and the starry spaces. But beings in the causal world have a much greater freedom and can effortlessly manifest their thoughts into instant objectivity without any material or astral abstraction or karmic limitation. Causal beings realize that the physical cosmos is not primarily constructed of electrons, nor is the astral cosmos basically composed of lightrons. Both in reality are created from the minutest particles of God thought, chopped and divided by Maya. The law of relativity, which intervenes to apparently separate the noumenon from his phenomena. Souls in the causal world recognize one another as individualized points of joyous spirits. Their thought things are the only objects which surrounds them. Causal beings see the difference between their bodies and thoughts to be merely ideas, as man, closing his eyes, can visualize a dazzling white light or a faint blue haze. So, causal beings by thought alone are able to see, hear, feel, taste, and touch. They create anything or dissolve it by the power of cosmic mind. When a soul is out of cocoon of the three bodies, it escapes forever from the law of relativity and becomes the ineffable ever existent. Behold the butterfly of omnipresence. Its wings edged with stars and moons and suns. The soul expanded into spirit remains alone in the region of lightless light, darkless, dark, thoughtless thought, intoxicated with its ecstasy of joy in God's stream of cosmic creation. When a soul finally gets out of the three jars of bodily delusions, it becomes one with the infinite without any loss of individuality. Christ had won this final freedom even before he was born as Jesus. In three stages of his past, symbolized in his earth life as the 3 days of his experience of death and resurrection, he had attained the power to fully arise in spirit. A man identifies himself about 16 hours daily with his physical vehicle. Then he sleeps. If he dreams, he remains in his astral body, effortlessly creating any object, even as do the astral beings. If man's sleep be deep and dreamless for several hours, he is able to transfer his consciousness or sense of I-ness to the causal body. Such sleep is revivifying. If a dreamer is contacting his astral and not his causal body, his sleep is not fully refreshing. That's all, friends. It's a long topic. However, we have a glimpse of what happens in the astral worlds and the astral universe, and it's really wonderful to know each and every detail of it. And I'm really happy to know it. And yes, friends, if you have anything to share, please go ahead and you can unmute yourself. If you have read somewhere anything, or if you want to share anything regarding this topic or anything, please go ahead and share it. Yes, Sharu, please go ahead, Sharu.
Good morning to all the lovely people, and good morning to you, Madhu ma'am, Ram sir. This was a very deep and very meaningful topic, because it is very important for all of us to understand that this astral world do exist, because Earth is what I have learned. I'm just sharing that Earth is one of the schools whereby we learn through physical senses, as you were telling here. But the astral worlds are there. These are the different universes where we also again learn, but it is in a way of abstract learning, that kind of a thing. Similarly, I was just reading this book, Miracles Happen by Brian Weiss. Same thing he's also reiterating, that in the astral world we are able to learn more through the abstract forms, and there is a law of relativity, that is, everything is neutral. So there are no emotions as such. There's nothing good or bad. There is nothing black or white. Everything exists there, and it is a beautiful world. And it is. I don't think so. So many people know that we do astrally project every day for 15 minutes, every night for 15 minutes when we go off to sleep. So we do astrally project ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly. But there are people who are actually using the technique of astral projection, and they are practicing that, and they are trying to project themselves into the other world in order to see what exactly exists, but which needs a lot of practice. But actually, unknowingly, we do, travel. We do travel in all these astral worlds for 15 minutes at the max every night. So yes, indeed, a beautiful topic. Thank you so much for bringing this up and talking about the astral world, because my experience with the astral world has been magnanimous and beautiful. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful to hear, Sharu. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing. Yes, I true. I true that in the sleep we travel to the astral universe. So thank you for sharing this information, because many people think that we need to do something, get into a course of astral projections. I have my cousin asking me, Akka, tell me how to do, how to get into astral projection, like what all things I have to do. But today, when you confirm that, during the sleep also we travel to the astral worlds, this confirms knowingly. Some people know it that they have traveled to the astral planes, and some people may not know it, because their soul might be knowing, but however when they are awake, they might not be knowing. So thank you for confirming that, Sharu, once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank
Malavi.
you. Good morning, all. Thank you, Sharu. You're a wonderful person, and Madhuram, you also, like the way you the classes takes it, like especially with meditation, as well as the topic today was really amazing, I would say. And based on this topic, I would like to give you life experience, or maybe my experience of about the dreams. Actually, what I said, that as the Sharu mentioned, that we all are there for 15 minutes every night, and some people, they can really realize it after waking up, and I never understood what are these dreams actually, or what are this astral universe and all.
Mm.
But I, after my mom's death, like it is all related to my mom only now, because it's like I get so many dreams unrelated. I think it's a complete book I've written it, but now I'm able to share it with you all, so that we can correlate it how it is happening uh, with a human being, I would say, like me, for example. Like she said that I'm waiting there, like where there are big, like giant flowers and giant, beautiful butterflies and so on. It's like nothing but it's kind of a astral world, I think like she's just playing with the big bubbles like a child, and she's so happy there, and she's like that I was thinking that what is this, like I shared this topic to my daughter, and she said that, Mama, it's like an Alice in Wonderland. Like,
Mhm.
what is that? I don't know, because I didn't see those cartoons also when I was child, or I
Mm.
did not read. I used to read the comic books, like other stories like Twinkle and all those stories, but not lost these Alice in Wonderland, or maybe the fantasy books where children, like the fairy tales, where the children read all these books. But I never had this opportunity to read it. But when I could dream it, and when you said that today in the morning about the astral world, maybe probably this is the one,
Mm.
because it's keep on popping up, like what is this world actually, is it really existing, or is it just an imagination, like there will be a very nice world where it is really with light fragrances, and we are just moving around like a really fairies, or very, like it's like a fantasy
Wow.
for me. Really,
Wow.
I really, when you share the knowledge, then I was like trying to correlate the stream to that particular astral. Every sentence is what we were reading. I was just listening with the so carefully. And in the morning, it is, the mind is so active, and it is so. And what Sharu mentioned, it is really absolutely, it's really really correct, I feel now. And thank you so much for sharing the knowledge, and thank you so much for the meditation
Wow.
classes. And
Thank
do
you.
share me this book. Really, I,
Yes,
I
I'll.
appreciate the way you're doing it. And
Thank you
this is
so
my
much.
experience. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful experience, Madhvi. Wow. You have already witnessed the astral planes. I mean, like wherein you have seen your mother, and yes, that's really
Yes, it's
beautiful.
wonderful. Yeah, it's beautiful. And I heard it when we were reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Mm.
This is about this planet you are talking about. This is Hiranyaloka and
Hiranyalaka.
the astral bodies and the souls, and we talk everything related to the spiritual. But whereas the way you are explaining about the astral bodies, how it is traveling and how it is really experiencing, like we as a human bodies, like really, it's amazing the way you are sharing that. Really, could you please share this book for me also, maybe?
This book, this article is from the book called Autobiography of a Yogi.
Autobiography of the Yogi.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll write it.
it's from that book, so you can just go. Yeah, it's you can just go through that. If you have that book, you can read it, or whenever you come to Heidelberg, we have that copy. You can take it from us.
Great. Thank you
Yeah,
so much. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, Ram, please go ahead.
So again, another wonderful wisdom that had come through today. So thanks a lot, Madhu. Thanks to everyone who are here, because everything comes and materializes because of a collective thought, and everyone is adding into the energy. How it's not just the words, how the intention of the energy or intensity of the energy that came through each and every sharing here. Thanks to Sharu ji and Madhavi ji for adding into their experiences. It was such a beautiful information. I mean, how can words put in through what was happening when this topic was being read is indescribable. It was as if we all were transported to those astral worlds, not just in dreams, but here physically, just with our with our sharings here. Such a beautiful thing. As I was just hearing this, something that strongly connected to me was as beloved, so above. So everything that is out there in the other worlds, we are given the opportunity to experience the same things here as below, so above. So there is no any, let's say, anything that lacks here. And that is why we need to make our present life, our present world, same as above. So that was one reflection that keep on coming to me. And we lack nothing. It is just a matter of how we feel that we lack this and that, but everything is given to us, and we all are here to understand that we are not separated, or rather we do not lack anything. It is a matter of connecting to that. And it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. And even the fact that when we go to sleep, we all do with various ways connect to these astral worlds, causal worlds. So very beautiful. So I feel so blessed being here. I feel so grateful in being and connected to each one of you to hear and remember that no one of us are different, and we are all equally having the possibilities to experience these things. And for me, again, the statement comes back that as beloved, so above, even in the way Paramahansa Yogananda ji was explaining, taking the examples of a movie. So everything is the same. As we transcend, as we move, we see this life here as a movie. So it's so beautiful, just close. And I was just flowing through so many things, so relatable, so beautiful again. Thank you. Thank you, Madhu.
May I add one more point, Madhu ma'am?
Yes, Sharu. Please go ahead, Sharu.
Thank you, Ramsa. Thank you for a beautiful explanation and your experience. Actually, I just wanted to add one more time, because I have this experience with people that whenever we are talking about our experiences, for example, if I say that the angels are, they take me practically every day to that astral world in order to teach me a lot of things. So I know, now I'm aware. So I was in the same, I think I was same like any other person who didn't know that we travel the astral worlds and everything. So this knowledge, this awareness came with time. So what happens is sometimes, for example, if I'm sharing that I travel in the astral world or angels take me, or Madhuri ji is saying, that she also has traveled, and Ram sir or Madhu ma'am also saying the same thing, that they have also traveled. So what happens is people start comparing. People think that, okay, they are inferior. They cannot see these astral worlds. So for them, I would request that, everybody in time will be able to understand how they are doing it, because everybody does that. Knowingly or unknowingly, they do travel the causal and the astral world. In fact, sometimes it happens that today you might be having a problem, and tomorrow morning you come up with a solution. It is all because you have astrally traveled, you have spoken to your angels and the spirit guides, they have given you a solution to a particular problem, and in the morning you come up with a solution. So that was just a request to everybody who's listening right now, that please do not compare with any of us. The journey is completely different, everybody's journey, and in time everybody will understand. That's what I just wanted to, because people always ask me, how can you do that, how can we not do that, this kind of thing. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharu, for sharing this. This is very important, because very true, people start to compare, as I told earlier, and as you told also, Sharu, that many people know that they are traveling, and many people know it by the soul, but they don't remember it. So with time they will understand, and they will remember whatever they are witnessing wherever they are going. So thank you for confirming that, Sharu. Yes, Madhvi.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to add one more point on this. When, the Ram has just now mentioned it, what we are experiencing here is really the blissful thing, actually. What I dreamed, we are talking about the astral world. What I dreamed about this one flower, which is called magnolian, which I explained it already.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that flower, after 15 to 20 years, I think I came to see in a live here in on the land, actually, in our earth. It was first in the astral world, but it this after realizing so many times, what is this all about, these flowers, or what are they, why are they popping up in the dreams, what are they meant for? But when I came and I saw here in Germany, that's like a really beautiful experience. Nothing but just now what Ram mentioned, it really absolutely correct. It's so blissful, and we are so grateful that we are here learning everything, and today we are experiencing on this land, actually. There is no any other lands like, yeah, there are different lands and different atmosphere, like astral world, and like here the on the planet, like earth planet, and but they all are the same. The only thing is we just need to realize it, what we are, what they are, and just we need to travel all. I think it's really great, really wonderful and awesome experience, actually. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Wow.
Thank you,
That's
thank you.
really, really great, Madhvi. I've seen the pictures that you have sent. They're really beautiful. Wow.
You should go and see the real plant, actually, and
Yes,
you
I did.
just
I
you
did
did,
saw
yeah.
that. Yes, yes.
Yeah, just be there for a moment and meditate there.
Yeah, we
You
love that
feel the
actually.
experience. You feel the experiences traveling people in the astral world, or dreaming in a fantasy world where it is everything is so nice and so good, but you can feel right away there in that moment.
Very true.
Really, oh,
Yeah. The
I
other
cannot
day
express
also.
in the words. Really,
Yeah, the
really.
other day also, me and Ram were going in the bicycle, and we just stopped, and we just looked at this tree, and we just are surprised to look at it. Like it's so much connecting. It is not from here for sure.
Exactly.
We were thinking that we should this plant should be there in India as well. Like we were just having this thought. So
And it comes only in the spring, and only
very true.
once. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. So
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, friends. Anybody else wants to share anything? Yes, Indiraji.
Uh, yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
friends. It's a lovely, lovely session, and you are beautiful people coming a lot of, I don't know what into me. It's really great. But I'm also a bit confused in the sense that, say, if you have had a bad dream
Mm,
and wake up with a bad feeling, is it got anything to do with astral travel, or is it that is your subconscious mind
mm,
was at work and it's got nothing to do with astral travel?
mm. I'll ask Sharu to answer this. Yes, Sharu, please go ahead if you can answer this.
Yes, Indraji, actually, no. So the thing is, when we talk about nightmares basically are the times when we are very stressed. They do come at that time when we are very stressed and we are thinking a lot about certain things. And health-wise also, physically also, we are very weak at that time. And we travel to these low frequency portals because our energies and our frequencies are not not completely on a higher frequency. We are not vibrating on that. So that is the time when we get nightmares, because we go in those portals where your fears are there and you face your fears. So it has nothing to do with the astral world. It has something to do with your world that is inside of you. So whatever you are scared of in this world, that is something that comes to you in the nightmares, not the astral world. So during the
Thank you.
nightmares, you do not travel into the high frequency portals, but the low frequency portals. But that is also one of the learnings that nightmares give you. They teach you that, okay, this is the fear that you have in this world and you need to face it. That is why the nightmares come to you.
Thank you, Sharon, ma'am. That's a beautiful,
Thank you.
beautiful explanation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ab-
Thank you.
Absolutely, Sharu. It's really, really beautiful. If you allow me, I'll share a real experience. like we, like Indians, especially me as a woman, I never allowed to sleep alone. Actually, we always had a bunch of people, like mom, dad, brothers, and everything. What Sharu just now mentioned it, I'm just correlating with my dream, so that just now the person who has asked, I don't know the name, but I want to correlate it. I had a very very bad nightmare, because I happened to live here alone one day, and in the night I could not, because that fear, like being alone, because I never been alone in my life as a woman or as a lady, and that fear on that day made me so much like a scary dream. Like it came up so big nightmare that I have to overcome this one. I could never do it. Then I need to happen that concentratedly, because it's really, I don't know how to overcome it. So then I started doing my again puja. Like I do the 40 days Dhanurmasam, like it's a spiritual one, and then I overcame this one, like being to be alone in the night. My only weakness, I should not say here, but to be alone. Actually, that is my real weakness. I really don't have such weaknesses, but that weakness came into my dream as a nightmare, like what Sharu absolutely said, and I'm correlating it with my own dream, so that the person who has asked the question can understand it. It's really that happened, and I overcame it. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for really getting up and bringing up all these questions, so that I can experiences what is happening in the night and day, and it's really wonderful, really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madhvi. Yes, Indraji. I hope you
Oh,
got the
thank you.
answer.
Yes,
Yeah,
I really
and
got the answer. I'm really happy. It makes me happy. And thank you for sharing
yes.
experience. Thank you.
Yes, and it is, and it happens for us lately. What is happening in Raji is we are put into tests in the dreams. Like may the test won't be in the physical plane with the away with open eyes, but in the dreams, like we are put into tests, and we are facing our fears, and we are passing our tests over there in the dreams. So when we are spiritually progressing, we'll be put tests in the dreams as well.
Mm.
So just be aware in the dream state, and there is nothing that you have to fear or analyze anything, because we cannot analyze anything, whatever is happening in the dream state or the vision state. Just with time, you will understand why this dream has come to you. Yeah. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Indraji.
Thank you.
Yes, friends. Anybody else? Thank you once again, Sharo. That was really, really beautiful.
Thank you so much, Madhu ma'am, for giving me this space to share my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharu. This is we're all learning together, Sharu. Like this is space for everybody, and we're all learning, and happy that I'm also learning so many things. Thank you so much. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping me learn also so many things. Thank
thank
you.
you, thank you. Yeah. So, all right then, friends. We will all see each other again in the evening at 6 p.m. Germany time. 9:30 p.m. India time, and for tomorrow the topic will be the spirit world. Is again a wonderful topic, friends, by this master called Khorshid R. Bhavanagari. It's from this wonderful book called
Wow.
The Laws of the Spirit World. Shadow, I know you know
Yes.
this.
This is one of the most favorite books.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. It's amazing. So yes, friends. So please do join. It won't be that long topic. It is a very short topic, and yes, we will all enjoy. So till then, friends, have a lovely day, and enjoy your Sunday. And we will see in few hours. So namaste to all. Bye bye.
Thank you,
Thank you
Madhu.
so much. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Everybody, have a
Have
great day.
a very
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, everyone.